Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another series of The Entrepreneur's Dilemma. My name is Tobe Zife and I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. The purpose of this series is to share some stories and experiences of other entrepreneurs from different backgrounds, different business backgrounds, particularly around their struggles and the mistakes they made on the start of their journey. And they talk about these struggles. They also talk about how they overcame these challenges. So today I am super excited because of the guest that we have on and that you'll be hearing on today. This gentleman, I randomly found him on Instagram and I stalked his page and I was immediately drawn to his energy. I was immediately drawn to his energy just from his page. And I asked him a question. I said, hey, can we get on the call? I would like to hear your story. And this is literally the first time that I'm seeing this guy face to face. This is the first time we're exchanging words for the first time. So Jackie, I am super excited that you're here all the way from Australia. Australia, I'm right?
Yes, mate.
Australia,
Yes.
right. All the way from Australia. So Jackie, please take the stage on and just give us a brief introduction about yourself and your entrepreneurship journey so far.
Sure, mate. Sure. First of all, thanks for bringing me here, giving me this opportunity because I believe in that we should share our journey wherever we get the opportunity, because we all have a journey
Yeah.
and it should come out. So thanks for letting me here and share my journey with all of your audience, my audience around the world. Okay. And my journey started long time back because I was being from Asian family. The business is in our blood, you know. So so I was always been into business minded, from childhood, in my uni time, in my school time. But I moved to Australia 14 years ago
Mhm.
to do my master's in international management. So I was studying, I finished my study, I went into a full-time job.
Okay.
And while I was doing full-time job, after a couple of years, or as I said, that I always been interested in doing something by my own. So I was already trying few stuff after my work and parallel to my work. But in 2015, after working for 10 years in full-time job, in 2015, on the 11th of October 2015, I made redundant from my job. Okay.
Wow.
And on the 12th, I was going to meet my friend for a job opportunity. And when I was going there, I made into an accident. And that from that moment to now, this is not my words. This is my family and my friends. They see me as a new person, you know. And I would like to share that is because since I have started sharing this, I have found out that a lot of people have been influenced, you know, and I'm not bragging about it because I have seen it. People have called me literally to, know how I have got out of that darkest period of my life. And when I got into that accident, actually what happened, I had a severe spinal injury.
Wow.
Okay. So I not lost, but I was paralyzed below my tummy. So I was not able to feel my both legs. I was not able to move my both legs. And I was on a wheelchair for 3 years.
Wow.
So 2015, 16, 17, and 18, I was on a wheelchair, literally. And I was going through a lot of severe depression and anxiety. And in 2017, couple of times, I also tried to harm myself, you know, because you can say when entrepreneurs or any people, those who want to conquer the world, those who want to achieve something, and when they face the darkest period of their life, it's very hard to hold the ground, you know. And that is the time when life is going to test you. That is the time that life is going to throw everything at your face, and you need to fight it back. And the people, those who fight it back, they come across as a winner, you know. They come across as an achiever. And that's the because life of entrepreneurs are not easy. It's challenging every single day, because they have to think outside the box every single day, you know. So in 2018, early 2018, one day I saw my daughter playing around, you know, because 2015, she born in October, in August 2015. In October, I made into an accident. So she was only a couple of months old, you know, and I was not able to spend much time with her. I was not able to hold her, you know, in my arms. I was not able to take her out with me, you know. So I was missing those moments. And then I was sitting on my wheelchair and I was like, Jackie, do you really want to regret all your life, or you want to do something about it, you know? I know, because my doctor told me that, Jackie, there is only 10 or 5% chance that you might going to walk again. Because as soon as I made into an accident, I had to go through a spinal surgery as well, you know. So I in 2018, then when I had that thought that should I, you know, regret or should I do something about it, then I gave a name to my journey. Okay, I started with a name. So the name I gave it to it was From Wheelchair to a Dream Chair. Okay.
I like that.
I didn't knew what it's going to be, what will be my dream chair, you know, what I want to achieve. But the thing I knew that I want to get out of that wheelchair, you know. So first thing I did, I started eliminating all the negative noise which were going through in my head, you know. I started cutting through the noise, you know, and that's the first thing we should do, you know. And as soon as I started doing that, I started following Tony Robbins. I started following Jay Shetty, you know. I started listening to podcasts. I was listening like 6 to 7 podcasts at a day, you know, whole day. I was not, because that was the only thing which was distracting me from the negative mindset, you know, listening to those people. Then I started doing morning affirmation, morning meditation, you know. And you won't believe, 2018 I started this, and 2019, early 2019, I think December 2018 and January 2019, I took my first step.
Wow.
And the doctors, my GP, you know, my doctor, the surgeon whom I was seeing every 3 months, he was blown away. He was like, Jackie, you have done a tremendous job. And I have literally not seen people like you in my life. Because at that time I was overweight, because I was on wheelchair. I was gaining weight. I was around 172 kgs, you know. So it was also not easy for me. I took my 5-meter steps, 10-meter, 30-meter, and then I came across this online community, which I'm a part of right now, you know. And this business opportunity was being brought by my wife. She was going through online. She was scrolling through a Facebook feed, you know, and then he came across. He was like, she was like, Jackie, you need to look into this, you know, because now you are getting into mode. I think you should also start looking into something where we can generate money, because I was literally struggling with the finance, because I was out of work. My wife was out of work because she was looking after me and my daughter, you know. So it was not easy. And then I came across this business, and I joined. I saw that the 10, 12,000 entrepreneurs in the business, they have a totally different mindset. They are so motivated, and that's what I love about the entrepreneurs, that they are so optimistic, they are so positive. They don't let any negative vibe come around near them. They are always on their toes. They want to achieve something. They want to help others at the same time, even though they have not achieved what they want to achieve, but they are
Oh, I think I lost you. Okay,
started
sorry about
this journey of business. And then slowly I started walking 5 meters, and then I am still doing my meditation and my affirmation every morning. And now I'm doing the 75 hard day challenge right now, which I do 2 45 minutes workout a day,
that.
and reading book, and drinking 4 liters of water. you know
So
so
can you
that's
help
that's
me?
my journey.
The one thing that I noticed when I went on your Instagram was your affirmations.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that. I wasn't sure. I understand what affirmations are, but can you tell me what process do you go through for your
Okay.
affirmations? Do you just say
Yeah.
things to yourself, or
Yeah.
what's
So
that process?
initially, yeah, when I came across this affirmation and all, because these people, this is what I have noticed, that all the successful people, they have few things in common.
Hmm.
Okay, if you listen to them, they have few things in common. Okay, and I found out that one or two things which they have in common is that the morning routine.
Hmm.
Okay, and what are those routines they follow. So either some people you'll see talk about meditation, some people will talk about early morning exercise, you
Hmm.
know or a walk or a run, and some people will talk about morning and evening affirmation.
Hmm.
So the affirmation is talking to yourself, you know telling yourself, being grateful. So how I do it, I go, like, as soon as I will finish this call, I'm going to go into the bathroom, stand next to the mirror, and I will tell myself that I had a wonderful day, you
Hmm.
know, and I am grateful what I have, you know, and I'm thankful for the people, those who have helped me so far. I am optimistic, That's what affirmation is. You talking to yourself, and see, 90% of the human brain is subconscious brain. Okay,
Hmm.
and that's where people are not focusing on.
Hmm.
And when you start making your subconscious mind working, the picture starts changing.
Hmm.
That's what I have realized. If you go and Google reticular activating system, you might have known about this already, or if not, you can Google it about this. It's called reticular activating system. It's a bunch of nerves, those who connected through your spine. Okay, so whatever you smell, whatever you see, whatever you touch and feel, it puts through these nerves, and that nerves gives you a perception.
Hmm.
That's how it works. Because when you smell a coffee, your nose doesn't know how this coffee smells.
True.
Correct? It comes from there. That smell is going, the bunch of nerves will going to put that smell into a perception. Okay, this is how it smells.
Hmm.
So that's exactly what we need to work on.
Hmm.
If you need to focus on positive, you need to start feeding positive stuff in your subconscious mind. you know and once you start doing that, I am a living example in front of you. And that's how I was able to get out of that wheelchair.
Wow.
you know
Wow. That is such an amazing story. I had no clue about that, but that is such an amazing
Yeah.
story. And the story about affirmations and the subconscious mind, I think that really stands out as well. It's something that I've heard about in Bob Proctor teachings about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind as well, and how 90% of what we do, it comes from the subconscious mind, and
Exactly right.
we can tap into that, with kind of affirmations, we can definitely change our perception of our reality. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Jesus Christ.
And I don't have my diary here. If you see on my story every day on Instagram in morning, I post my morning
I do
affirmation,
see that. I see that
So
every day.
now what I have started doing is I after finishing my affirmation, I also write down few things which I want to achieve,
Mm,
in next couple of years. So I write it down, physically, because see, when it's here, it's different. Okay.
mm,
But when it's here in front
mm.
of you, that is totally different, you know.
See, I get that. I get that very well. Okay, I just want to ask you. So I know you've talked about the major challenge that you had, especially the dark place that you had to go through in order to rise up to your dream chair.
Yeah.
There any other, and many people can relate to that, but something more common, like what are more common challenges that you've had to face as an entrepreneur? Like, like how do you motivate yourself? Those kind of challenges, like how do you handle some kind of problems like rejections that
Yes.
you face in your business?
See, the first challenge I faced was, they see, for I think it's with everyone, and as you say, the common challenges are faced by every entrepreneur is the fighting the thoughts which they are going through
Mm,
within themselves, you know as I said, cutting through the noise.
mm,
That's the important part of the game, because if you see, when we talk about thinking outside the box,
mm,
you know we always try to go back to our past, and when you get any negative thoughts, when you get any wrong thoughts in your mind about anything, it always relate to some incident, or it will relate to something which has happened in your past,
mm,
and that's where we need to work on. We need to start eliminating those thoughts first of all. Okay. The second thing is, you need to start surrounded you need to surround yourself with the people, like-minded people. You
mm,
need to surround yourself with like-minded people.
mm,
For example, if I want to be like Jay Shetty,
mm,
okay, if I want to be like Gary Vee,
mm,
I want to be surrounded with people like him if
mhm,
I want to achieve that path, or I want to follow that journey,
mm,
and that's what we need to realize. And these are the common things, which stops us from achieving our goal.
mm,
Being an entrepreneur, it's not easy, because every day is a task, and every day is a new day for us,
mm,
because I would like to share this with you. I'm recently doing a one-on-one video call for my Facebook audience, followers,
mm,
and I had few calls, and they are into some healthcare business,
mm,
and they are also she was also working full time, and she's also working full time, and she's doing part time this from home healthcare business, so she told me that I'm not a salesperson, I never been sales. I was like, hang on, step back. Uh, you are telling me that you haven't convinced anyone in your life?
mm,
I was like, no, you are a piece of sale. Okay.
mm,
Then I explained her how. I was like, when you go to your kids, when you go to your daughter or your son, if they are asking you something, you are convincing them that you can't buy them this,
Mm.
or they can't have this, and that's exactly what you do with sales. You convince others why your product, why your service
Mm.
is important for them.
Mm.
Okay, when you speak to your husband, when you speak to your father, your mother, in relates to anything, if you are explaining them, if you are convincing them for something, you are already selling it to them.
Mm.
you know so every day you are a salesperson, whether you are at a job, whether you are at work, whether you are at home, because our life is all about sales. We are
Mm.
selling ourselves every day. So people, when entrepreneurs, when I speak to people like this and they tell me that, oh, I'm not from sales background, I think it's all about sales, business is all about sales, I was like, hell, the life is all about sale you know
It's really interesting you said that, because I remember when I started my entrepreneurship journey, like I would always say I'm not a salesperson as well, because I have a background in IT. But
Yeah,
it took me a while to understand, because anytime I heard the word sales, it just triggered something like, when I would watch movies like The Wolf of Wall Street, all those kind of movies
yeah,
where people are hiding on the calls, I always
yeah.
think like, I'm not that kind of person, But exactly what you said about us selling ourselves every day, even when you're on your job, you're selling your ability to do that job every single day
Exactly.
to keep yourself in the job. So it really changed my perception about sales, because it's offering a service, and if you can offer a service to someone that can be useful to them, it's just a matter of how well you convince them that your service is better. you know so it
Exactly.
really did change. It took me a while, but it changed my perception all the way as per how sales should be viewed. But
Yeah.
thank you very much for that explanation as well. All right. Another question I want to ask was, what does entrepreneurship mean to you? I know in your case, you said that you were let go from your job, and then you had to figure out something, and then your wife then showed you a business. So it didn't seem like you were looking for it didn't seem like you were heading towards entrepreneurship at the time, because like you said, you were going to meet your friend, for a business opportunity, when you had the accident. So were you always looking towards entrepreneurship, or it just came to you? And how do you see entrepreneurship now? How do you describe it, and what does it mean to you? Mm,
Business opportunity or doing something by my own,
okay.
because I believe in that job security is an illusion. Okay,
I wanted to say that one more time. I just wanted to say that one more time.
job security is an
Job security. Well, I'm having a little problem with the audio. I don't know
the
why.
job security is an illusion.
Perfect. I just wanted to hear that again. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go on.
So the people, those who think that they will going to get rich or they will be safe in their 9 to 5 job, they are making a big mistake in the year 2020, you know, because the life has changed totally, and
Mm,
it's going to be a surprisingly, I can say it's going to be a very different journey moving forward for the.
mm,
Now, when I told you before that I always been looking for something for business opportunity or doing something by my own.
mm,
And when I was working in full time, I was already been running my own company, which was a direct marketing company.
okay.
Okay. So what I used to do is I used to get contracts from companies, okay, like for sales, for marketing,
Mm,
for telemarketing or back end service or anything. And then I used to outsource it
mm,
to India, Philippines, to South Africa, and all that countries.
mm,
So I was a intermediator. So I used to pick up the contracts from here locally, from Australia, the energy companies, the solar companies, the nutrition's company, those who were into health and fitness. So I used to pick up their back end surveys or data entry or call center work, or sales over the phone. And then I used to outsource it. So I was already been into this kind of work. But because I was in full-time work, so I was not able to focus. Is because my main priority was because I was not, at that time, I was not a citizen of Australia, and I had to survive. I had to send money back home in India also to my mom and sister. So I was not able to leave my job. So, but I was always been open to opportunities. I have been in venture with a couple of my friends as well in some small projects. And yeah, but as you know that after the accident, this opportunity which I am involved right now, this was been brought up to me by my wife. That's why if you go to my Facebook business page, I have my wife's name first before me.
Just to give her the respect.
Yes. You have to, otherwise you'll be get kicked out of the house.
I totally get that. Okay, so another question I want to ask is now, one thing that I know and I feel this really deep in me is that in order to achieve anything in life, you have to be consistent at what you do. But consistency is something that is so hard to keep up. It's very difficult. Like with affirmations, like I know you're in your probably day 80 now with your affirmations, because I've been following it. How do you just stay consistent with it? Even when I know consistency is, when you say something, when you say you're going to do something today, tomorrow you want to do that same thing that you said before, no matter how you feel. So how do you stay consistent even in those difficult times when you don't want to do it? How do you stay consistent with that?
I will come back to the same thing again. The one thing which I will suggest to be consistent is that you keep yourself surrounded with the right people. Okay, because when that's why I was listening to podcasts like 6 to 7 times a day, and I don't listen very often now, but I used to. And that time reminds me now that because of those, if I would have not listening to those podcasts, I would have been listening to negative thoughts. So when you detach yourself from positivity, then you are back to square. And you will look for shit things, you will focus on shit work, or you will start eating junk food if you are on diet. You go out, you spend money unnecessarily. That's why you need to be surrounded with the right people. Okay. The second thing which worked for me, I would like to share that. Okay. I am doing, if you go and see on YouTube, you can find a video of Tony Robbins' morning meditation, which he does. It's called priming. Okay. And it's a very good thing because he talks about connecting yourself with your internal world, because we are connected to the external world. Okay. We are so much connected to the external world that we have forgot and we are not focusing on our internal world. So what I do is I wake up, I take my coffee, go out on my backyard, I sit there, I close my eyes, and I do exactly what Tony does. Okay. Breathe in. Okay. Close your eyes and do as fast as you can. Okay. And then once you're done for 10 minutes, then 5 minutes you close your eyes and you connect to your core. You connect to your core, and as soon as you start connecting to your core, you will feel centered. And I bet you will never going to go off the line. You will always follow your routine. You
Mm.
will always follow the things you want to do. It's been 2018 and 18, yeah, you can say 19 and now. So January 19 to April to 2020, I have not missed a one single day of affirmation and
Wow.
meditation.
Wow. I am definitely going to find that video.
Yeah,
And I'm going to put the video here for you guys. If you guys want to check it
sure.
out, I'm going to find that video and I'm going to do that. Definitely going to do that. And I think that is very powerful. And I think you have to come to a particular kind of mindset to understand the things that you're saying. Not everyone will understand the things that you're saying, but you have to come to a kind of different mindset to understand how you're saying. So when you say your core, what does that mean? Do you understand? When you say your core, it means your inner self, right? Your inner
Exactly
self,
right.
not your
Yeah.
abs. When
No.
Yeah, so yeah, but thank you. I think that is really, really good advice, and I'm definitely gonna take that. I'm gonna take that with me. Yeah.
And
Okay.
you won't believe, I have come across a lot of people, those who have made their purpose into a paycheck,
Hmm.
so that's what I love, when I'm going to end this Zoom call today.
Hmm.
I can definitely tell you I'm going to take some learning out of it today as well, and that's what we need to realize. Every one of the entrepreneur, should take each and everything as an opportunity and as an learning.
Hmm.
Okay, and once they start doing that, they can automatically see the improvement, and that's what I advise. Like, people, those who tell me that they don't get time enough after working 9 to 5, they get tired. I was like, go to hell. Okay, when you come back from your office, you take your dinner, and what you do is you go on Netflix and you watch the series.
Yeah.
Okay, if you bloody stop doing that and spend 1 or 2 hours just working on your purpose or your passion, and do it for 90 days. Don't do it for 5 weeks or 2 weeks. Do it for 90 days, exact 90 days. Okay, and I bet you the day 91 will be totally different. And you will start, on the day 91, you will already start thinking about how you can make that purpose or passion into a paycheck.
I feel like you should have a book from purpose to paycheck. Have like an ebook already. So I think there's a lot of knowledge that you're throwing out there that I think can be bundled up in a book, and it will be very, very beneficial to people, including myself.
Okay, now you have already spoken about it, so I will share this. I was holding it. I was holding it. I'm already working on it now. Yeah. Because this is my first time, so I'm learning how to write an ebook and how to actually structure it. So I'm speaking. You might have know John Lee.
Yeah, John Lee.
Yeah, I'm speaking to him. Yeah, I'm speaking to him. I'm learning from him how I can write my first ebook. Wow, about my journey and all. Yeah, so. Let's see.
When you have that book ready, just let me know. I'm definitely getting
sure,
a copy, at least one copy for myself.
Of course.
Cool. And I didn't want to interrupt you there, but I noticed you said something about purpose. Yeah. Is it too personal to ask you what your purpose? Have you discovered that purpose? I know that when you first started, and for me, when I first started my entrepreneurship journey, it was just about some extra cash.
Exactly right.
It's just some extra cash. Then that was my why. I needed some extra cash. And then that changed to, I wanted to support my family back home. Then it's been changing so much, So you have to have a solid why. This is one thing I know. You have to have a solid why. So how has your wife, what did your wife start with and how has it grown so far?
Yes. My wife started purely for money.
Mm,
Okay. And I think mostly everyone start because of money. Okay. And I had the same reason.
mm,
But now I am not into money.
mm,
Okay. I even don't, when I get paid, okay, I don't even check my bank account, how much I got paid or where I am getting paid from,
mm,
or how much my business sales has grown.
mm.
No. My main focus and my main purpose and passion is to uplift others
Mm,
and make them understand
mm,
that you are not the only one who's been into a darkest period or of your life.
mm,
There are people, those who have been into a worse situation and they have come out of it,
mm,
you know. So instead of sitting there and regretting and whinging about it, you need to start doing something about it.
wow.
And on that, you won't believe, you know, I will share you I will share you a video or a picture.
Mm,
I still got my wheelchair sitting there in my garage,
mm,
not because I love to have that wheelchair,
mm,
because that wheelchair reminds me of my bad face,
mm.
and it recharged me to paint a new picture and a success story for myself,
Wow.
you know.
Mm,
And I that's what I suggest everyone: do not fade your bad memories.
mm,
Never ever, you know, do not fade your bad memories, because those bad memories going to paint a new picture
mm,
and going to paint a new success story
mm,
for you, you
mm.
know.
Powerful. That's really powerful. So that wheelchair just puts into perspective about your story, your testimony to the world.
Yes.
Wow, that's really, really powerful. Wow. Yes. I didn't realize how good this was going to be. I thought it was just, yeah. I had a bunch of questions to ask, but now I'm just getting lost in your story. And oh wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I really, really appreciate that. And
And
another
that's what I
question.
believe in, you know. That's
I'm
what I
sorry.
believe in. That's what I believe in. As I said,
Mm,
sharing story is the most important part of this generation, you
mm,
know, because the stress, the anxiety, the workload, and because of this current situation,
mm,
the panic, the madness we are going through, the more people start talking, the more centered they will be,
mm,
the more focused they will be.
mm,
What I shared on my Facebook page. See, when you are, just imagine when you are fearless,
mm,
okay? When you are not worried about anything, what will be your life be? You know,
mm,
how will you be feeling when you will be not having any fear? You
mm,
know, and that's what people need to understand. The fear is nothing, you know,
mm.
it's just here,
Just
it's
there.
just there, you know,
Mm,
and it's harming there. You
mm,
should need to get this out. And that's what I suggest, you know, couple of people when I was talking to in my team, I was like, if you are afraid about anything, if you are scared about anything, what you do is you write it down on a piece of paper. Okay, write it down, whether it's 20, 10, 5 feelings of yours, you know, you want to put it on the piece of paper, do it. And then how you want to eliminate those feelings of fear,
mm,
make a decision. Okay, so if you want to burn those feelings,
mm,
or if you want to destroy this feeling, what you do is you take that piece of paper and light it up. Okay. Now what you're doing, when you do this, you are feeding to your subconscious mind that I have eliminated my fears, and you will automatically feel better about it. And then next time when you will come across the same thoughts, it will not going to dominate your decisions.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
some amazing stuff. I'm gonna write down all those fears now and just
exactly. Do it,
put them
man.
somewhere
Do
and
it.
just burn them
Do
up.
it.
Oh, that's really good advice. I really like that. And then now I know that when you go on an entrepreneurship journey, personal development and self-development are very important.
Yes.
Can you share? I know you've shared on a lot of things that have to do with your mindset and your and how you connect with your subconscious mind. How does personal development come in, and where did it come in for you?
Yeah. My personal development started by reading books.
Okay.
I was never been interested in reading books. I
Mm.
never ever been good at school.
Mm.
Okay. I think most of the entrepreneurs are not good at schools.
That
They
is
are
true.
good. Yeah. So, but it started with reading ebooks when
Mm.
I was sitting home, on wheelchair. It started with reading ebooks. But then I used to get distracted with all the social media and all.
Mm.
So I thought, let's start reading books, instead of reading ebooks. So
Okay.
I started buying books from Amazon, eBay, and all, and started reading it. And then I've realized that the knowledge you get through those books,
Mm.
that's why we, as a kid, our parents or our grandparents always tell us that if you will study good, you will be successful,
Mm.
you know and I realized that they were true. And when I started reading books, I am reading 2 books a month.
Mm.
And that's where my personal development came from.
Mm.
And I have learned a lot of things, like having my morning routines, having my daily routines, doing my things uh, on timely manner, managing my diary or managing my calls, you know and it's all comes from reading books. Surround yourself with the people you like to be like, you want to be like. So yeah.
Can you give us like some top 4 books that you would recommend for starting entrepreneurs?
Yeah. So the first book I will say, The Answer.
Mm.
Yeah. It's from Jaref, I think, yes. And it's from the people, those who did the movie Secret,
Mm. Oh,
The
okay.
Law of Attraction,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then you can have the second book I will suggest is uh, Robin Sharma, uh, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
The
haven't heard of
third,
that.
yeah, it's really good. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Okay.
It's about an entrepreneur, a successful lawyer
Yeah.
who was very successful, earning 7 figures, had Ferrari, had mansion, but he was not happy. So he sold everything off and he went on a journey of wisdom.
Yes.
So it's very good book. And then I will say the third book will be Country of Entrepreneurs. Welcome to the Country of Entrepreneurs.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know,
Those 3 books, I have no clue about them until today. Jeez, okay. Those 3 books, I'll put the links to those books. Are they ebooks? Are they on Audible, or do you watch do you
you can find, yeah, or you can find Audible, or you can find hard copy. Yes,
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right.
I
Another
will.
question.
I will. What I'll do is I'll share a couple of more.
Okay.
Okay, with you,
All
and
right.
then
That
you
would be
can
really
share
good.
it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can put the link for your people. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Another question I want to ask is mistakes. So now every entrepreneur, I saw that smile on your face. Every
Lot of
entrepreneur has made mistakes. So I mean, we're bound to think outside the box, but sometimes we will make all these mistakes. So has there been any mistakes that you really remember that, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done this a particular way. And because of that mistake, you had some kind of problem in your business?
yeah. With entrepreneurs, I think the most entrepreneurs I have come across, they are good with ideas, they are good with implementing ideas or bringing new ideas on the table,
Mm,
but they are not good at numbers,
mm,
you know. And I can say this openly that I'm not good at number,
mm,
I am good at getting new ideas. I'm good at creativity,
mm,
I can bring new ideas on table and do joint ventures with people,
mm,
and I speak. I can be a good speaker. I can, talk to people. But when somebody tells me, though, come on, can you do me this number or figure?
mm,
It's bad.
mm,
So the most the mistake I made was similar to this, that when I started,
mm,
I learned about the business. I was knew what the business is, I knew the product, I knew how I want to take this to the next level,
mm.
but I didn't knew how the money will work.
Okay.
And because I didn't work out that money part of the game,
Yeah.
um I made few mistake in putting it forward to someone else, like
Mm,
explaining it to the third party.
mm, mm,
So that's why the mistake I made.
mm,
And a lot of small mistakes which I did when I was learning the social media platforms, because I thought that Facebook is the only thing,
mm,
because the social media, like being on social media was, for me, was new,
mm,
because I was into traditional job and traditional work, the side business, what I was doing, outsourcing work, but I was never been doing anything online.
mm,
So learning Facebook advertisement, learning YouTube, Google ads,
mm.
and LinkedIn. So all this was very
Did you
big
lose money
task.
on advertising on Facebook and LinkedIn and social media?
I know now. I am full on now.
Okay, cool. All right, so if you, I just want to ask this question, but I already know the answer to it. So if you had to go through this whole experience again, would you?
Of course,
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
of course.
Yeah. And what
But
would
if
you?
I had to go through this process again,
Yeah,
I will. But I want to be, when I start again,
yeah.
I do not want to be overweight. I want to be, physically fit.
Physically fit. Okay.
That's where I made a big mistake, that I never took care of my health, you
Hmm.
know. And because of that health, I had to go through that bad phase.
Okay, now that you even bring health to it, how important is managing your health?
Very important.
Yeah,
Health is wealth.
true. True, but as an
Health is
entrepreneur,
wealth.
now as an entrepreneur, when you start, they tell you, not that they tell you, the common myth is that you need to work as hard as you can. You don't need to sleep as 8 hours, maybe sleep 4 hours. There's no time to do all these things like go to the gym or go to how do you say, eat healthy foods. There's no time for this. Is the myth, and
Myth.
it makes sense because you think that you're working hard, but
Yeah.
from my experience, what I found was that yes, I was working hard, but I wasn't as productive.
Yeah.
But the minute I started to take care of myself and put more focus on my health, I started to be more
Exactly.
productive. You know,
Exactly.
so this is a mistake that I made when I first
Exactly.
started out. I don't know if you made the same mistake as well.
No, I have, and that's what that's that's what I have realized since I have started eating good.
Mm.
You know, the hormones have have totally changed. You know,
Mm.
they have changed their reaction towards my attitude, towards my thinking and everything. You know,
Mm.
because and you and as I said that because of the lifestyle we are in right now,
Mm.
you know, it's not easy for people to focus on their health because we get distracted so easily, you
Easily,
know,
yes.
very easily.
Mm.
And that's why I said to be centered, to be at the core, and once you are there,
Mm.
no energy can distract you, you know.
Mm.
And that's what we need to work on. And once we start working on that, automatically you will start feeling good about it, about yourself,
Mm.
you know. And you won't believe this 75 hard day challenge what I am doing right now. It's not easy for me
Mm.
because I still can't feel some part of my legs, you know. When I touch my feet or my thighs, I still can't feel some part of my legs, you know, because the sensation has not 100% recovered.
Mm.
And so when I go for my 45-minute walk in the afternoon, I literally get tired in 20 minutes walk, you know, but I still have to do it because I do not want to go back to that life. So that's what I suggest people, and I will not suggest, I will request, you know, that please, before you begin your entrepreneur journey, you know, please take care of your health, because once you start your entrepreneur journey, you know, you won't going to you will get time, but you will be not able to focus on your health because you will be going through lots of new ideas, you know,
I agree.
and you literally want to work on those ideas. You need to work on yourself first.
I agree. Wow, Jackie, thank you. The last thing I was gonna ask you was just any advice you would give anyone starting entrepreneurship job. But I've seen that you've covered one, which is the health. So, what other advice? So, someone who's just sitting there at home, uh, thinking about it, has been told about different businesses, but is on the fence. What advice would you give that person to just take that leap of faith and just start a career in or start a journey towards entrepreneurship?
Yeah, see, we have already discussed about it. uh, the first thing, because we are into an internet age and digital age and artificial intelligent, okay, if you guys are thinking, if you guys already have ideas, okay, but you don't have people whom you can share with, you got a social platform.
Mm.
For example, if you would have not got in touch with me on
Mm.
Instagram, we would have been not doing this,
Yeah,
correct?
sure.
Yes. So nowadays it's very easy to get your target audience, okay.
Mm.
If any one of you is interested or have any idea, go out on Facebook, go out on Instagram, go out on YouTube, and find the people, those who are interested into the similar ideas
Mm.
or similar product or similar services, and start talking to them,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
because you never know, you can find someone out there waiting for you and put money into your product or your services.
Mm. Totally agree.
To
Totally.
get things done, you need to work on them. If you will sit there and wait for some magic, it will not happen. The second thing, the purpose, you know,
Mm.
if you have a passion or a purpose you need to achieve,
Mm.
okay, and you are working full time and you are not able to focus on that,
Mm.
I will advise and I will request that please focus on those things. If you can't do it daily, at least do it on weekends.
Mm.
Okay. And as I said, do it for next 90 days.
Yes.
Because by within that 90 days, you will build your idea
Mm.
or you will build your business plan.
Mm.
Okay. And you will have a structure. And from the 91 day 91, you can start looking for people outside who can help you to take that product or service to the next level,
Mm.
you know. So
Yeah.
that would be my advice, people should need to start working on it. Because see, we are into the time of digital opportunity
Mm.
moving forward,
Mm.
because this COVID-19, the coronavirus, will going to change the whole perspective of the business.
Mm.
The people, those who were into traditional business, they have been forced to go online.
Mm.
So if they have been forced to go online, again, your job security is an illusion. If your employer, if your boss tomorrow switch your job from your decks to cloud, what you going to do?
It's a simple switch.
For him, it's a simple switch. For your boss, it's a
Yeah.
simple switch. But for you, it's going to be a hell of a decision after that.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to start. And I am so fortunate, I am so lucky that I got into this online space,
Mm.
you know at a right time. And now I don't have to worry about going back to a traditional job,
Mm.
because now I'm back on my feet. If I would have not got this opportunity, I would have been sitting and thinking about getting a job somewhere or doing something else. So people,
Exactly.
those who have still got a job or still don't have a job,
Mm.
start looking for the ways and other opportunities where they can leverage and
Mm.
make money.
Jackie, and for people that are watching this now and would like to connect with you, but because myself, I'm definitely connecting with you and I'm going to be coming
My
to you
pleasure.
for different advice going forward. But people that want to connect with you, especially on the business perspective, what's the best way they can get in touch with you? Is it through Instagram or is it through email, or how is the best way that they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, they can connect me through Instagram. I'm always active there. Email, always active.
Okay.
You know, Facebook is, I can share you my Facebook link, my Facebook business page link. I got over 5,500 followers there,
Mm.
and you can connect me there also. You
Okay.
know,
All right, I will
yeah,
put all that information at the description of this video. So anyone that can connect with you, they will just connect with you through that link. But
sure, my
that brings us to the end of this session. Jackie, I am so grateful. I am super grateful
my
for what
pleasure,
you've
man.
done.
My
You've brought
pleasure.
so much knowledge to me right now, so much, and to thousands of viewers that will be watching this. I'm super grateful. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you so much for all the advice, and I
My
hope success continues to follow you and your family and your health gets better.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
My last word
Yes,
and
please. What's that?
my last suggestion, okay,
Right.
before I go to every one of you, is do not make decision on the basis of your temporary emotions.
Mm.
Do not make a concrete decision because of you are going through a emotional journey right now.
Mm.
Okay, because you are more, you are more, capable of achieving things. You are more courageous. You can conquer the world. You can overcome anything whatever you want to, because this emotional journey you might be going through right now, or having bad days or bad times, do not make any concrete decision basis on that, because lots of people make decision just because they had a bad day, or bad time, or bad relationship, or bad business they had before. you
Mm.
know don't do it, because you never know that what you can achieve. And human is the biggest, because this brain can do lot of things.
Mm.
And we are the ones, those who have reached to moon. We are the ones, those who
Mm.
have built this artificial
Mm.
intelligence. So please, my advice is, please go out there and smash it.
Mm. Go out there and smash it. I love that. All right. Thank you, Jackie. And I will look forward to hearing back from you. I hope we can get you back here again and have another talk, even if it's
Definitely.
90 days.
Anytime.
Even if it's
Any-
90 days, because I'm going to go on my 90-day challenge as well. Even if it's 90
yeah.
days, come back to you and let you know what I'm doing. I'm really, really grateful. And thank you so much for being on the call.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
You guys take care, and I'll see you soon again.
All right. Thank you very much now. Bye now. See ya.
Thanks, man. Cheers. Bye. Bye.